Hi, everyone. Welcome back. My name is Elizabeth, and today we have a big update from Donald John Trump. In a recent interview, Donald Trump shared the three crucial rules he imparted to his children: no drugs, no alcohol, and no cigarettes. He highlighted the devastating effects he's witnessed on families when these rules are ignored, noting how smart kids can still fall victim to addiction. Trump emphasized his commitment to stopping the flood of fentanyl pouring into the U.S., a crisis he nearly solved before the Biden administration reversed course. He underscored that strong measures like the death penalty for drug dealers are essential to protecting American families and saving lives. Let's dive into the interview.
Well, I'm fortunate in that, they're smart children. Many of you have smart, and some will have some that aren't so smart, and you have to understand that happens too, and that's all, and you're going to love them just as much. But, I have smart children, and they've been good academically, et cetera, et cetera. But very importantly, I would always tell them, no drugs, no alcohol, no cigarettes. No drugs, no alcohol, no cigarettes. And they'd go out, and Ivanka would say, "Dad, stop telling me that." I said, "I'm going to tell it you every time I see you. I'm going to drive you wild with this. You're going to, no drugs, no alcohol." And I would say that. And I hope that, because who knows, right? But they don't have any of those problems. I mean, I've seen friends, very smart people, they have smart kids, but their kids get hooked on drugs or they get hooked on alcohol. Alcohol is, in many ways, like they tell me, I don't know.
Donald Trump is so right. Let's listen more.
I never had a glass of alcohol. I had a brother who was a wonderful guy, but he had an alcohol problem. And he sort of do the same. He said, "Don't ever drink alcohol." And he smoked, and I put cigarettes in that same category, almost that same category, but they're certainly not good for you. But I would always tell my kids, because I've seen parents that had brilliant children, went to the best schools, they were great, but they got hooked on drugs or alcohol, and they never made it. They couldn't compete, basically. They never made it. And many of them are dead. Many of them die. They die with this fentanyl that's coming in. I'm going to get that problem. I had that problem almost solved with President Xi, by the way. And I said, you have to impose the maximum penalty, or we're not going to, I would always talk about trade. We have the power of trade.
Wow, guys, Trump 2024. Let's keep listening.
And I said, well, we're just not going to get along on trade. Hence, I can do things like we talked about. I don't want to go into it, but we can do things. And he and I had a handshake on he was going to impose the maximum penalty on people that run companies that sell us through Mexico. Almost all of it comes through Mexico. And the maximum penalty is the death penalty. And he was going to impose that. And then we had the transfer power. And this guy came in and he didn't know what to do with anything. And so that went down the tubes. But one of the first things I'm going to do is talk to him about that, because they were going to give the death penalty to anybody sending fentanyl into this country. And that would have really solved a lot of the problem. And the other thing I say, and it's not nice to settle like saying it, but, I've seen a lot of countries. I deal with all of them, and I know that all of them. And the only ones that don't have a drug problem are the ones that have the death penalty. We can set up all of our blue ribbon committees. Everybody calls me. You would call me. My friends call me. Could I be on that blue ribbon committee?
Guys, we really need to pray hard right now for our country. Let's keep listening.
And then have a blue ribbon committee on drugs and how to stop, these drug lords who are very smart people, very, very vicious, very smart. And we'll have these people from New York, some dilettantes, and they didn't want to talk about it. They just want to be a part of, whatever it is. The only ones that stop drugs, the only ones, are the ones that have the death penalty. And you have to remember, it sounds horrible, but what's more horrible is what they do to our country, because on average, he or she, male or female, drug dealer, will kill 500 people. And that doesn't include the families that are devastated. I know families that lost a son or lost a daughter. They've never been the same. I mean, they're like different people. You talk to them, and they're just, years later, I say, has it gotten better? No, it's gotten worse, they tell me.
What a powerful message. With the election just around the corner, it's time for America to decide, will Donald J. Trump lead us forward, or will it be Kamala Harris? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and as always, God bless. See you soon.